Hello, welcome back to the channel Up the Reds TV with me, Andy Cambe. So this is the pre-match of the Community Shield against Crystal Palace at Wembley on Saturday. So it's the curtain raiser before the season starts, and let's get to it then. Arne Slot's press conference. Interesting press conference. Asked about Darwin Núñez leaving the club. He says, look, it's not quite done yet, but it'll be in the next few days where they'll announce that, and he doesn't want to comment on anything yet about that. Just on my take on that, it's not quite worked out for Darwin. We thank his time at the club, but it's just one of those, isn't it? Would I have thought if Hughes and Edwards were in place when we were looking for a striker that we would have bought him for that much money? I don't think so, because it's definitely a Jurgen Klopp signing, wasn't it? So, but yeah, historically, I don't think that Hughes and Edwards would have bought him to the football club, but that's gone now. We move on, and we are moving on, aren't we? So he was saying about, he was asked about the lack of options up top now. Obviously, with Darwin, move it imminent. Luis Diaz gone. He did mention that Hugo Ekitike has been signed. We are a striker short, maybe two, if I'm honest, but definitely one. He was asked about players coming in, and he said, "Look, we have plenty of striker options up top." He was on about Cody, Chiesa. Chiesa's not going to get much time, if I'm honest with you. If he didn't last season, he's certainly not going to this season. Wirtz, obviously Mo, and Hugo Ekitike, so he thinks he's got options. He touched on young Rio and Gamoa, but he's definitely not ready, for playing a hatful of games for Liverpool on the bounce. He's just too young. It's asking too much of the 16 come 17-year-old. So yeah. Yeah, and then he was asked about the centre-half options as well. Only two recognised centre-halves in Canate and Verge. Yeah, we are short in that department, definitely. But he did say that Robbo could play there, Endo could play there. Obviously, Joey Gomez, who's nearing a return from injury. There's another option for us there. Obviously, Ryan Gravenberg could play there if need be as well. So he was a bit of a poker player, I thought, in the press conference. He hasn't got a poker face, that's for sure, because we know exactly what's going on behind the scenes at Liverpool with Edwards and Hughes bringing in reinforcements, which, we are a couple short, i.e., as I've just mentioned, in the centre half, and we definitely need a striker, and we, all being well, we'll get that striker in. I've spoke to you about it on my previous videos. If you want to look back on those, that's the reasons I've given you why we will sign Alexander Isak, and the reasons to that why he will come to us, i.e., the partnership that the Liverpool owners have with PIF. So the investment personal investment fund of the owners, Newcastle. So yeah, just check back on my previous videos, you'll find that on there. So asked about the first trophy, he he said, yeah, it would be nice to win it, although it's Community Shield and it's a glorified pre-season game. But he said it would be good start to the season with the Reds getting that Community Shield. It sets them up good. He was asked about Crystal Palace. He said that majority of the squad is still together, so we have 2 tough games against them. He'll know that they might play similar to what Newcastle played us in the cup final, the Carabao final last season. Press high, and hopefully we've got enough artillery now with a bit more guile in the squad to unlock their defence. So we have to be mindful of set pieces. He's mentioned that. I mentioned that in my last video. It was a bit of a concern of mine that we were conceding goals from set pieces in the pre-season games. The players are all ready. There's Joey. He's as I say, he's injured. I'm not so sure about Conor Bradley. Didn't mention him, but hopefully he missed the last game, didn't he, at Anfield? So hopefully he would have been involved in training this weekend. Macca's involved, so Macca will be available. As I say, he touched on Rio. That it's a joy watching him play. He also mentioned Traore, saying, look, was it this time last year when we played Sevilla in the pre-season game that he scored? So, but it's now up to these players to learn the trade with the best players that are around them. And this is what I've said. I said in my last video, I don't want them to be playing for the under-21s or under-18s. They need to be involved with the first team squad, and they will be used. And Trey will, he's had a number change, hasn't he? So they'll have to get used to the high intensity of the training sessions when the games get going. He mentioned about the new players coming in, 22, 23, 24-year-olds. He said they are ready, they are used to that, and he doesn't see any situation with that happening. Pre-season, he mentioned pre-season. He said last year, or the group of players stuck together, i.e. there was hardly any sales, and that boded well, and he was happy that he got an extra 4 weeks with the majority of the squad in the pre-season, and everything is boding well to kick the season, start it, and defend the title. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be tougher than last year because of the new faces that have come in, and we need them to sort of like gel as a team, and the way that we are playing. We are certainly playing different to last season. You could see that in the pre-season games. So it was 3-4-3, wasn't it? Then it reverts back to a 4-3-3 at times. So yeah, interesting. Other teams have spent in the transfer window. Is it something like 1.5 billion? The Premier League in transfers, which is absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, we're probably on top of the pile with City and on that, but we haven't spent for a few years, have we? So, but it's now time to deliver. So yeah. As Arnie also said, always in the market to look out and get any improvements. As I said, he's probably not very good at poker, is he? So he hasn't got that poker face. So Mo's obviously might be missing in the AFCON, and could be up to 6 games. He's alluded to that. It's and he's virtually told us who's going to play in Mo's position, Jeremy Frimpong. So he said he's got a ready-made replacement in there, which is good to hear. And so covering all eventualities when Mo does disappear, and see if it is going to be up to 6 games he could possibly miss. So that's really it. Crystal Palace, it will be a tough game. I've not really looked into how they've done in pre-season. It's like I say, it's a curtain raiser for the season, and hopefully the Reds, I'm going to say, can start where they left off, but we didn't quite finish the season like we wanted to because we'd won the Premier League in April. So I'm hoping that they geared up and give us a give us a good give us, the watching public, a good game. And I've no idea what the team's starting lineup's going to be. Ali obviously has been away for personal reasons. Will he start against Crystal Palace? I'm not so sure. Might see Mohamed Ashvili start probably in that. Jeremy Pring from right back. I'm not so sure about the left back start. It could be Robbo, it could be Milos Kerkez. Obviously, Ibu and Virgil to start centre halves. And midfield's going to be interesting. I wonder if he'll start Ryan Gravenberch, because he will be missing for the Bournemouth game. He is suspended. So I'm just wondering who he goes into midfield. Will he have Curtis Jones, McAllister, and Verts, or will he bring will he bring Slobosly in there? Slobosly has been his go-to in pre-season. And then up front, Cody, Hugo and Mo, starting. But then again, I could be totally wrong in that, in my lineup there. But the strongest lineup, and that will give us some indication of who's going to play in a week's time in the Premier League opener on Friday night against Bournemouth at home. So yeah, that's really it on the footballing side. There is one other thing I do want to mention that Liverpool released today, that Liverpool have smashed the sales for the kit from last year. It's up 700% worldwide, home and away kits. 700% is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's a £600 million kit deal, but you can see what's happened with Adidas. I've got an Adidas top, haven't I? Do I like the kit? I certainly like the red kit. I'm still a bit off-white one because it's got the black on there and it reminds me a bit about Man United, but that's just me nitpicking. I like the green shirt. I like the keepers tops. I'll wait for the black one to come out and I'll probably purchase that one and get the red shirt in due course as well. So, but yeah, 700% worldwide. It's the numbers are absolutely out of this world. We are massive worldwide. We've had the most interactions as well, going into millions. And something that is really, really nice that the club have done. All the shirts that have got number 20 on the back, as you know, it's retired for Diogo Jota and Jota's name. The money is going directly into the LFC Foundation. And if you know anything about the foundation, they do absolutely brilliant work locally and a bit far afield as well. with the money that they generate. So I think that's an absolutely brilliant gesture. That funds are going direct for Jota's name and his number. They're on backer shirts into the foundation. So thank you very much, Liverpool. That's absolutely brilliant. Just on the shirt front as well, the most popular shirt name and number, yeah, you guessed it, Florian Wirtz. That's how much of a pull he has been as a signing to get. We paid a lot of money for him, but guess what? I think the club have recuperated that money as well. Okay, that's enough from me. I will do a post-match after the game on Sunday. Hopefully the Reds can lift the Community Shield and get them set up for the start of the season. If you're first time watching the video, please give us a like, or if you're a subscriber and you enjoy watching the video, please do give me a like as well. First time watching, subscribe to the channel. Let's get this channel built up the Reds TV, all things Liverpool, and share as well. Okay, enjoy your Friday evening and Saturday, and I will speak to you guys on Sunday after the game. Up the Reds.